You stand at the edge of the Grand Plaza. The air smells like recycled ozone and expensive perfume. This is the dawn of the auction. Traders swarm the floor like ants on a dropped candy bar. They scream numbers at floating screens. The noise is a physical wall. You can feel the vibration in your boots. They are not buying goods today. They are buying tomorrow. You watch a man in a silk suit wipe sweat from his brow. He just wagered his family fortune on a mining sector. He does not know if the sector exists. He only cares about the data stream. It is a game of high-stakes poker played with lives. You see the desperation in their eyes. They are terrified of being poor. The crowd shifts like a tide. A new lot appears on the central hollow emitter. It is a star chart. The crowd gasps in unison. This is the main event. You lean against a marble pillar to watch. The madness is just beginning. Screens flash with images of distant stars. One bidder points a shaky finger at a red sun. He offers 1 billion credits. The gavel slams down. He owns the light of a world he will never visit. It is strange to own a star. It is like buying a cloud. You watch the madness unfold. Contracts fly across the network. They bind millions of people to new owners. The people on those worlds do not know it yet. They are sleeping or working. They have been sold while they ate breakfast. You see the hulls of model ships shimmering on the display. They promise speed and luxury. The polish on the metal is blinding. It reflects the greed in the room. Everyone wants a ticket off this rock. They think the stars are a playground. They forget that space is cold and unforgiving. But you look down. Beneath the polished glass floor lies a dark shape. It is a vault. Rust covers its heavy iron doors. It looks like a scar on a perfect face. No one else notices it. They're too busy looking up. The vault has been shut for generations. It sits in silence. You wonder what is inside. The traders ignore the history beneath their feet. They think the past is dead weight. You know better. You know that foundations matter. If the floor breaks, the auction ends. The vault seems to hum with a low frequency. It is waiting for something. A small girl sits near a ventilation grate. She is out of place here. She wears a tunic made of rough gray cloth. She holds a tablet that looks older than her. You watch her fingers fly across the cracked screen. She is not playing a game. She is working. She taps a sequence of keys. A green light blinks on her device. She bites her lip in concentration. You step closer to see what she found. The screen displays a map, but it is not a map of the current sectors. It shows worlds that are gone. She looks up and catches your eye. She does not look afraid. She looks determined. She turns the screen toward you. You see a code running down the side. It is a cipher from the old days. It is a warning. Suddenly your comms unit buzzes against your ear. It is not a market update. It is a static-filled pulse. You press a hand to your ear to hear it. The sound is faint. It jumps across the void to reach you. It is a human voice. The voice is pleading. It speaks of freedom and chains. It comes from the very sector that was just sold. The signal is weak but clear. Someone out there is fighting back. You look at the traders. They did not hear it. They are cheering a new stock price. The contrast makes your stomach turn. You look back at the girl. She nods once. She heard it too. The signal is the start of something. It is a spark in a room full of gas. Shadows fall over the plaza. You look up through the glass dome. Massive shapes blot out the artificial sun. The transfer fleet has arrived. These are not luxury liners. They are heavy freighters. Their engines rumble with a deep bass note. They glide toward the docking spires. They look like hungry sharks. Their cargo holds are empty. They are here to collect. You see the crowd cheer for the ships. They think these vessels bring wealth. You know they bring chains. The ships are ugly and efficient. They were built for one purpose. You count 12 of them. They darken the sky. The mood in the plaza changes slightly. The awe turns to a quiet unease. The sheer size of the metal beasts is daunting. You spot a captain on the high balcony. He wears the gold braid of the merchant guard. You used to respect that uniform. It stood for protection. Now he stands with a glass of wine. A trader hands him a heavy token. It glitters with gold light. The captain smiles and pockets the bribe. He turns his back on the plaza. He turns his back on his duty. You feel a cold knot in your chest. The defender has sold the gate. There is no one left to guard the door. He laughs at something the trader says. It looks like a joke about the cargo. You realize the cargo is people. The betrayal is total. He traded loyalty for a piece of metal. It is a bad trade. The girl with the tablet stands up. She connects her device to a data port in a wall. You move to block her from view. She hits the enter key. The giant holoscreens flicker. The stock prices vanish. A video starts playing. It is grainy footage from the old empire. It shows a planet burning. It shows the same ships that hang above you now. The audio booms over the plaza speakers. It is a history lesson they tried to erase. The auction was a lie. These futures were sold a long time ago. The empire fell because of this greed. The crowd stops screaming. Silence falls like a heavy blanket. They see the truth. The past is not dead. It is repeating. Panic erupts instantly. It is louder than the bidding. People run for the exits, but the doors are sealed. Above the dome, the ships open fire. Bright arcs of plasma slam into the shield grid. The sky cracks with thunderous roars. You see the traders cowering. Their money cannot stop a plasma bolt. The sky turns a violent shade of purple. The shields ripple like water. They will not hold for long. The captains of the fleet want their prize. They are tired of waiting. You grab the girl and pull her to cover. Debris rains down from the ceiling. A piece of marble smashes a trading terminal. The numbers on the screen die out. It is a symbolic end to the market. A lone fighter jet screams overhead. It's a local defense craft. The pilot is brave or crazy, probably both. You watch the small ship dive toward the massive freighters. It looks like a mosquito attacking a bear. The pilot weaves through the plasma fire. She is trying to buy time. Her voice cracks over the public speakers. She tells everyone to get to the vault. She is diving into the core of the lead ship. You know what she plans to do. She's going to overload her engine. It is a one-way trip. You watch her ship glow white-hot. She slams into the freighter's bridge. A massive explosion blooms in the sky. It's silent for a second. Then the shockwave hits. The lead freighter tilts. It crashes into the ship beside it. Fire cascades down the metal holes. The market falls into shadow. The corrupted leaders run in circles. They have nowhere to go. Their world is ending in ash. The explosion breaks the lock on the plaza doors. You shout for people to move. Survivors scramble over the broken glass. They leave their credits behind. The floor is covered in useless digital pads. You guide the girl toward the center. The blast shook the foundation. The rust on the vault floor cracks. The heavy doors groan. The mechanism is waking up. Laws are etched in crystal tablets inside the vault. You can see them through the widening crack. They glow with a soft blue light. They are the old laws. They honor those who remembered the past. They forbid the sale of life. The survivors stop running. They gather around the light. It is calm here. The chaos of the auction feels distant. The crystal tablets hum. They project a shield around the plaza. It is a sanctuary. Days pass in the blur of recovery. The fleet retreated after the crash. Diverse colonies send envoys to the plaza. They do not come to trade. They come to talk. You see a lizard man shaking hands with a miner. Trust blooms where fear once lingered. They build a new council. It is not based on wealth. It is based on memory. They vow to never forget the archives again. You stand by the girl. She is teaching the elders how to read the code. The sealed vault fully sighs open. A cool wind rushes out. It smells like old paper and clean air. Ancient knowledge flows like wind into the plaza. It contains blueprints for clean energy. It has maps of safe star paths. The people weep to see it. They were starving for truth. They thought they needed money. They really needed history. You watch them enter the library. They step with reverence. It is a holy place now. The future is no longer bought. It is built by every hand. You walk out to the edge of the plaza. The sky is clear. The wreckage of the freighter is a monument now. It reminds them of the cost. You take a deep breath. The air smells like rain and fresh soil. The perfume is gone. The ozone is clearing. You look at the stars. They are not for sale anymore. They are just lights to guide the way. And that is enough. Next step. Would you like me to generate a set of visual prompts for an AI art generator like Midjourney to create the YouTube thumbnails and background assets for this story?